Welcome to Dream Makers, everybody. My name's Johnny Piazza, your host, and this show is gonna be action-packed to the max. We're actually gonna be going on a combo hunt. First things first, we're gonna be going after a whitetail, and then following that, we're gonna be going after a big old bull moose. So first things first, I gotta tell you about the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. That is what allows us to do this show, Dream Makers. And the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, their sole mission is providing hunts and other outdoor adventures to youths under the age of 25 with life-threatening illnesses and disabled veterans. Now that being said, our first recipient up, he's an Outdoor Adventure Foundation star in my book. He's a hero of mine. His name is Gabe. And Gabe's had a lot of medical issues in the past, but it doesn't matter because when he gets out hunting, he's the man. So on this first hunt, we're heading to Bald Hill Creek Adventures in North Dakota, and we're meeting up with an awesome guy named George Berger. We're not talking about the sandwich, we're talking about the man himself, George. He has done a lot of hunts for us in the past. He's taken our recipients out on a lot of whitetail hunts, but something he does every year is a huge pheasant hunt for all the Outdoor Adventure Foundation recipients, which is a huge undertaking. So George, he's just an awesome guy. So Gabe is getting all prepared for his hunt, and they make it into camp, and the first things first, they gotta shoot Gabe's gun and make sure he's on. But Gabe, he's a phenomenal shot, so it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Good job.
So as usual, Gabe is shooting perfectly, no problems there. But what they're gonna do before they hit the blind is they're gonna take Gabe out and let him shoot some clays. All right, so Gabe's had a little bit of fun with the shotgun, but it's time to put that away, grab the rifle, and get in the stand, because we've got some deer hunting to do. So the guys are hanging out, they're just enjoying being in the outdoors and doing some hunting. And then all of a sudden, boom, from the right, there's a buck, and he's heading their way. So this buck may be a little bit on the younger side. He's not massive, but there's a saying out there, shoot on the first day what you'd shoot on the last day. And Gabe, he really just wants the meat, which is cool by me. But the thing is that this buck, he is on the move. He's passing through pretty quick. So rather than rushing himself and trying to get the gun up, Gabe just enjoys the show, makes the ethical decision, and lets this buck walk on by. So Gabe had a good hunt. He saw a buck, but unfortunately, that was pretty much it for the rest of this trip. But that's okay, because the guys have a plan. They're gonna cut this trip short, and Gabe's gonna come back later in the year when it's much colder, these deer are much more reliant on food sources, and he's got a way better chance at a buck. Stick with us. Dream Makers will be right back.
These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, and Shields.
Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now we are on a whitetail hunt with our recipient, Gabe. And it's been going all right. He saw a nice deer, he ethically chose not to take the shot. And now it's later in the year, it's much colder. These deer should be hitting the food source pretty hard. And we've got Matt, Gabe, and George in the blind with big hopes of getting it done.
It's gonna be right down there. Where the corn's at.
So the guys are actually hunting over a cornfield, which it is the perfect time of the year to be hunting over a cornfield. Deer love corn any time of year, but especially towards the end because they need to keep those calories and that fat up. So the guys, they got a really good chance of seeing some deer. Sure enough, it doesn't take long and the deer start showing up. Of course, first out of the gate, it's does, and they start moving in. One of the best ways to have a good understandings of your surroundings and what the deer are doing and what deer are coming in is to watch the other deer already in the field. They're gonna be the perfect indicator to let you know when there's another one on the way. And sure enough, this doe, she's looking at a buck.
Oh, there's a good buck. just really move slow.
So this buck works his way in and he gets amongst the does. Now the only thing is there's a lot of does around. So if Gabe wants to take a shot, he's gonna have to make sure that there's no does in his line of sight before he pulls the trigger. The other problem is that this buck just refuses to go broadside. So Gabe's a hunter. You know, rather than rushing and shooting at this deer, he's gonna make the ethical decision. And if that means losing the opportunity, that's fine by him. So sure enough, this buck catches wind of something and takes right off. But that's okay. Gabe's not that bummed because he made a good call, he made the ethical decision, and he can be confident he did the right thing. And almost instantly, he's rewarded because here comes another buck. This buck's a little bit smaller, but Gabe doesn't care because what's important to him is the meat and a good experience.
That's a little buck down here, do you know? I think it's a 3x3 or a fork. He's gonna go right in there. There's a shot right there. That's an easy shot right there, right behind his shoulder.
He got him. He's down. He hit him. He ain't gonna go far.
Good job, buddy. Congratulations.
There, we'll get a tag on him. Good. There we go.
That's awesome. This is so cool. Thank you, Outdoor Adventure Foundation. This was an awesome, very great hunt.
So Gabe got his buck and he couldn't be happier. And I'll tell you what,
got him.
seeing Gabe smile and seeing all of our recipients, the way they react to these big outdoor dreams coming true, I never get sick of it. Every time I see it, it makes me choke up a little bit because you can look at these kids and tell that this is truly making a difference. Now, Gabe got his buck and he did an awesome job, but this show ain't over because next we're going after something big, a big old bull moose. Stick with us, Dream Makers will be right back.
These dreams are made possible by Colon Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, and Shields.
So our next recipient on deck, his name is Reece, and Reece had a big dream. And when I say big, I'm talking about really big. He wanted to go after a bull moose. Now, when most people think about hunting moose, they think about being out in the mountainous terrain and the tundra of Alaska. But on this trip, we're doing something different, way different. We're gonna be in the farmlands of North Dakota, chasing some big old bulls. So the moose out here are a lot like whitetails. They travel from farm to farm, tearing up the crops. The only difference is they're a heck of a lot bigger than a whitetail. So helping out on this hunt are our good friends, Jim and Dean. And Jim and Dean actually donate a moose hunt every single year to our recipients. And I'll tell you what, that is a huge deal because hunting a moose is on many people's bucket lists. It's hard to get a tag, and the areas you can get a tag, it's either extremely expensive or dang near impossible to go kill one. So the fact that they set this up every year out of the goodness of their hearts, that's something big. So also helping out on this hunt are Brian and Dave of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. And they're gonna be doing a little bit of pre-scouting for Reece. Now, the whole thing about pre-scouting is it can give you a huge leg up if you go out there and understand the terrain, understand what the animals are doing before your hunter shows up. It's a great way to ensure that you're gonna have success.
Oh, there he is out in the middle. See him? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a nice bull. He's a shooter. That's a good bull. How about that?
So let me tell you a little bit about our recipient, Reece. Reece is our recipient on this hunt, and he is a smiley young man who always has a grin on his face, despite the fact that he's had a really hard go of it medically speaking over the years. And these hunts really help him with his condition and help him in his recovery process.
I'm Carl Bauer. Reece Bauer is my son. He was a recipient of the moose tag here in North Dakota. Reece has had a tough year, and you know, in combination with his medical conditions, which he has HLHS, which is hypoplastic left heart syndrome. He had 3 heart surgeries when he was a young boy, and then he also has congenital kyphosis. So Reece is really limited in what he can do with his physical ability and in hunting. And so the Outdoor Adventure Foundation has stepped forward, and it's just fantastic. It allows my son to do something that he normally wouldn't be able to do. And what that does for him is it creates something for him to look forward to, and he really needed that this year. When it comes to any type of stamina, you know, he can't go very far. You're talking maybe 100 yards, and then he's out of breath, and then that makes the shot even more challenging for him. He does have a permit from the state of North Dakota to shoot actually from a vehicle.
And that's going to be the plan. Drive around as much as we can and cover ground and try to find a big old bull.
When we came this morning, the cow and the calf were right in the ditch over here.
Okay.
The cow and 2 calves. And the bull was on the next mile line and down about a half a mile.
Oh, okay. This is going to be fun.
We'll start cruising around.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Love it.
All right.
Okay.
So the guys are driving along, and wouldn't you know it, they run into a bull. But I'll tell you what, this moose, he's on his way out pretty quick. So if they're gonna make a shot, if they think it's a bull they wanna take, they gotta know right now.
Dang, he runs fast.
Got him?
Yeah. He's gonna live today.
So it doesn't take long for the guys to figure out that this is a younger bull. And they know that there's some bigger, older, much more mature bulls out there. So they're gonna give this guy a pass and keep on hunting. And the other thing is, it's early in the hunt, and we don't want it to end yet, do we?
Are we going to get it?
Yep.
And we're off.
Yes, we should have hung around there.
So the guys are on their way home, and bam! There's your bigger bull, Reece. It is clear that this is a mature bull. Now this guy isn't a mega monster or anything like that, but it is clear that he's much bigger and much more mature than the last bull. He's definitely a shooter. The problem is that this guy is on his way out, and they're losing shooting light quick.
I don't know, Dave. Do you think that's the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
It's really too dark now.
So that big old boy got a pass for today, but you're gonna wanna stick with us because we've got a ton of action left. Yeah, baby! Stick with us. Dreammakers will be right back.
These dreams were made possible by Colon Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, and Shields.
Now we are in the middle of a very intense moose hunt with our recipient Reece, and he's seen some bulls, but it just hasn't happened for him yet. And that's not for lack of trying, because Jim and Dean, they've rolled out the whole family to make this work. But there's still time. The hunt is getting kind of down to the wire, but I think they're gonna be able to make it happen. I'm gonna give you a little insight. I've seen the footage. They end up shooting one. You're gonna wanna stick around. So Reece is having a really good time, but he's getting a little bit discouraged and a little worried about the hunt. But right at that moment, sure enough, they run into a bull. All they gotta do is figure out if he's a shooter. So it's clear that this is kind of a younger bull, but it's later in the hunt, and Reece is thinking about taking a shot because in reality, all he wants is to bring home some meat. And just at that moment, bam! To the left, busts out a couple cows, and in tow is a bigger, much more mature bull. It's on now.
They're not gonna stop.
see?
Yeah, I see him. We got him right here. We had him at 100 yards. So we're moose hunting. This is the real deal, running and gunning.
That didn't really work out, did it? But hey, that's how hunting goes. But these guys, they're not giving up because they think they know where these moose are headed, and they're about to pack up and try to head them off. So the guys roll up to the spot where they think these moose are gonna show, and sure enough, there's a cow. And this cow, she looks like she's been running. The only thing is there's no bull, but Reece is gonna play it safe and get set up just in case. And then out of nowhere, bam, there's the bull going to the left.
You got him. Solid hit.
Down. He's down.
Down.
Yeah, baby! Oh! Yeah! You're down!
He's dead. He's dead. Oh my God.
Yeah!
I was so stoked. I was screaming, yelling. I was so happy. It was probably one of the best moments of my life.
He's dead!
Oh my God, how quick that happened. Good job, bud. I'm so proud of you. That is here. I didn't know they were this close. Oh my God.
Oh
they
my
just came
God,
right out
down.
of the slough. We gotta go check this guy out.
Are we Reece? That was one heck of a shot, man.
Yeah,
Huh? Wasn't that
thanks,
something? Oh man, good job.
Well, you fell last time we were going down.
There, right?
Freaking huge. Holy crap.
Look at that, Reece.
Look how wide this is.
No, look at the pads and look at matching brows.
If I can even get this sucker.
Oh, there you go, muscle it. There you go, come on.
These things are bigger.
Oh my God.
Man.
Back with her. Is Lindsay gonna do it? Big smiles.
We get in the bed of the truck 2 seconds later. Dave's like, there's the moose, there's the moose. So I'm like, before he could say anything else, bam! And he was down. It was crazy, and I got so excited. I'm just so thankful that I get to do this stuff, and God helped us take this moose.
Boy, to hear my son Reece yell after he shot it and it dropped.
Yeah, baby! Oh! Yeah!
Absolutely solidifying how great this whole thing was. And it all came together and it was just fantastic. It was a release from him when he yelled. It was amazing.
Now, processing a moose is no easy task, and Reece, he could totally sit back and watch everybody else do the dirty work, but he wants to get in there and do the dirty work himself. And hey, I think that's pretty dang cool.
So yeah, it's been pretty crazy, not just the hunting. We've seen hound dogs. I got a ride in the combine. It's been pretty fun. Just the experience, seeing moose is pretty cool. They're a nice creature. I just want to thank the Outdoor Adventure Foundation for a great hunt. I really hope you donate because people like me, I never thought in a million years I would have got a moose, but I can thank them, and I can thank Brian and Dave and all these people who donate.
So if you're thinking about giving to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, I would highly recommend it. It's something that really can help a lot of kids who just need that support and the opportunity to go out and do something that gets them outdoors and time with good, wholesome people. And it's fantastic. I just can't praise it enough. So thank you for considering to help the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. If you've already done it, thank you, because my son is a recipient, and thank you. I really appreciate it. It's fantastic.
Now, taking a big bull moose is no easy task, but that was Reece's dream. But thanks to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, Jim, Dean, and all their family members, they were able to make that dream become a reality for Reece. Now, yes, Reece has had some big hardships in the past, but right here on this outdoor adventure, it is nothing but smiles and big outdoor dreams coming true. And that, my friends, is what it's all about. And another really easy way to get involved is by texting Give2OAF to 21000, where you will be enrolled for all of your spare change to go directly to our mission. It's a very easy and simple way to donate, but still become a dream maker. Now I want to thank all of you for watching today because it's been a great show. We went with Gabe and got a beautiful buck, and then we went with Reece and got a big old bull moose. And the most important thing is we had fun. And we've got all sorts of cool hunts for you every week. And if you want to see them, you're gonna have to tune in right here on Dream Makers.